Good morning and welcome back to The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. I'm your host, Travis. It's Monday, July 7th. As the smoke clears from a weekend of fireworks, it turns out the real bang is coming from horror itself. From billion-dollar bloodsuckers to $275 million nightmares, let's jump right in to today's headlines. All right, first up, if you're wondering what genre is keeping theaters alive while capes and car crashes collect dust, it's horror films. According to a Reuters report, scary movies now account for 17% of all ticket sales in North America. That's just up from 4% a decade ago. Think about that. Nearly 1 in 5 people buying a ticket are walking into something terrifying. From box office behemoth Sinners, which features Michael B. Jordan hunting vampires in the Deep South, to upcoming sequels like Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and The Conjuring Last Rites, horror is doing what superhero fatigue couldn't, keeping butts in seats. Even theater owners are shifting focus. Grant Gully of Spring Cinema and Tap House says, horror is the new go-to. It's cheap to make, cathartic as hell, and reflects our very real anxieties, from pandemics to AI dread. And it's not just local. According to Ampere analysis, half of all major horror films last year made 50% or more of their revenue outside the US horror travels. Fear has no boundaries. So, do you think horror's rise is just a phase, or is it really the new king of the box office? Let us know your thoughts on this story in the comments below. Next up, speaking of big box office swings, Tom Cruise is back, maybe, with a horror sci-fi film called Deeper. The movie follows an astronaut diving into an uncharted trench only to find something unspeakable. Sounds cool, right? Except Warner Brothers just told Cruise the math ain't mathin'. Cruise reportedly asked for $275 million. Warner Brothers said, how about $230? Now Cruise and his team are scrambling. Rumors suggest he's looking to Universal or other studios to get it done. The project is directed by Doug Liman, with a script from Chris McQuarrie, aka the Edge of Tomorrow Dream Team. But this is on thin ice. Also worth noting, Cruise is reportedly no longer filling the WB Love. Trouble in Paradise? Perhaps. My question for you guys is, would you show up for Cruise's first full-on horror film? Or is Deeper already too deep in the red? Let us know what you think of this story in the comments ahead. And finally, in one of the more polarizing updates this week, Jenga Films is bringing the Bunny Game, yes, that Bunny Game, back to physical media in the US. Originally released in 2011 and banned outright in the UK, the Bunny Game follows a sex worker abducted by a sadistic trucker who subjects her to a gauntlet of psychological and physical torture, all while wearing a white leather bunny mask. The film's raw, unflinching style earned it comparisons to a Siberian film, and it remains one of the most controversial exploitation flicks of the 2010s. The new release is courtesy of Jenga's Dance Macabre label and will no doubt spark fresh debate about censorship, art, and horror's limits. So, should films like The Bunny Game stay buried, or do they still have something to say about the darker sides of society? Let me know what you think of this story in the comments below. Today's take: horror isn't just surviving, it's thriving. It's bringing back audiences It's helping redefine what's possible with modest budgets, and it's even drawing in top-tier talent like Ryan Coogler's Guillermo del Toro, and maybe even Tom Cruise. What we're seeing isn't a trend, it's a takeover. The studios are watching, the theaters are adjusting, and fans, we're eating. If you're listening to today's show on Spotify, make sure you answer today's Spotify poll question. And before we go, it's giveaway time. We're sending out a drop Blu-ray pack to one lucky viewer. You want in? Here's how to enter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at HMUNCUT or search Horror Movies Uncut. DM us your top 3 horror films of 2025 so far. We'll pick a winner this week. Shoot that DM on our IG, and we will feature the picks on next Monday's episode. So that's how you get in. More details to come. It's that easy. Give us your list, get the goods, you know the deal. That wraps up today's edition of The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. We'll be back tomorrow with more film news, festival drops, horror picks worth your time. Make sure to follow at HMUNCUT, at Travis Nyquil for updates, especially as we roll into Hysteria Fest coverage all this week. Until next time, you guys know the drill. Keep the lights on.